This is Rummy's Corner. Coming up on October 12th from the Kingdom Arena in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, in a battle of undefeated British heavyweights that will be streamed live on DAZN, Frazer Clarke will have a highly anticipated rematch against British and Commonwealth heavyweight champion Fabio Wardley. These two first fought back in March, and it wound up being an entertaining, action-packed Fight of the Year candidate. It was a captivating clash of styles where the momentum swung back and forth several times throughout the fight, and often frequently over the course of many of the individual rounds. Clarke established a sharper and more effective jab early on, and this was a key weapon for him throughout the contest. Wardley, however, was often the more explosive boxer, where he was finding ways to land some powerful right hands. Wardley's nose was busted up by the end of round 2. Throughout the fight, Clarke was landing some sneaky uppercuts and a great abundance of right hands, many of them well-timed leads. Wardley dropped Clarke in round 5, and Clarke additionally lost a point for a low blow in round 7. Wardley himself was landing some very nice right hands of his own, and the swaying momentum really began taking shape later in the bout, where both boxers were exhibiting tremendous heart and determination. Whenever it seemed one was badly hurt or running on fumes, he would suddenly bounce back with something significant in the ever-shifting ebb and flow. At the end of 12 very hard-fought and entertaining rounds, the fight was ruled a draw. So who will win the rematch? Obviously, this is a tough one to call. On the whole, I felt that Clarke was more fundamentally sound, but Wardley's unpredictable style allowed him to largely offset that, which is the main thing that helped allow this clash of styles to produce such an entertaining contest. I expect those general dynamics will largely remain the same in the rematch. The biggest things Wardley had going for him were his speed and explosiveness. His ability to deliver well-timed right hands that Clarke had difficulty seeing, and throwing punches in bunches whenever he had Clarke hurt and or on the defensive. It was a big right hand that started problems for Clarke in round 5, and after Wardley nailed him with that, he backed him up and unloaded. Wardley went after him as he retreated and landed another sharp right that put him down. To his credit, Clarke recovered and battled on. Wardley also showed incredible heart, and given it was his first fight that went past 7, he showed a strong reserve tank in a taxing encounter. For Clarke, his best weapon was the jab, and when he used it, it was effective and he was usually winning the battle of the jab. Clarke also unloaded with those sneaky uppercuts on the inside that were very effective, and he too was able to land some very nice right hands that were extremely well timed. Clarke doesn't frequently string his punches together as long as Wardley, but Clarke was landing some very effective short combinations. It was the first time Clarke had gone more than 10, and he also showed a lot of heart and determination with a good reserve tank and good recuperative powers following the knockdown. It's a very tricky fight to predict, which is part of what makes the rematch such an appealing and fascinating repeat matchup. Wardley scored the knockdown and he appeared to have Clarke hurt several times with shots he never saw coming. The busted nose was no doubt causing Wardley some difficulty, but now that he has the experience of going 12, with the knowledge he can hurt Clarke, it's very tempting to pick Wardley in this one. There is also reason to believe that Wardley's greater athleticism could lead to further adjustments that are favorable. It's likewise tempting to pick Clarke if he simply jabs a little more. His jab was very effective when he used it, but all too often he would get away from it for long stretches. Clarke was also damn good with mixing up his tactics depending on what Wardley was doing, whether it was the quick snappy uppercuts or an accurate right hand he could land at various angles and ranges. Clarke was showing some good stuff in there. Were it not for the knockdown or the point deduction, Clarke would have won the first fight. And since Clarke seemed to enjoy a tactical edge on the whole, there is reason to believe he is the one who could make the better adjustments. For my official prediction, I am going to reluctantly pick Wardley. I do believe Clarke is technically skilled and sound enough that he will be able to build better on the success he had in the first fight, where he could win a decision. But ultimately, I think Wardley had Clarke buzzed enough times that he will be able to buzz him again, but this time, he will find a way to follow it up with something equally fierce to get the stoppage. So I am going with Fabio Wardley by 6th round knockout, but as always, what the hell do I know? I ain't exactly Quasimodo over here, but whatever happens, I'm fired up and I think it will be another terrific fight. October 12th on DAZN pay-per-view. For anyone who is interested, I have left a link in the description where you could buy on DAZN. So who do you think will win? Please share your thoughts in the comments section. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed and have a wonderful night. This is Rummy's Corner.
You know, Quasimodo predicted all this.